Mark, another excellent team performance to take 3 points against what should have been was a difficult opponent on the night. You must be pleased with that.
Obviously I'm thrilled with the win, I'm thrilled with the 3 points. I didn't think we played quite as well as we have been. I thought we were a little bit fortunate to be 2 up at half time. But I thought we closed the game out well. We never really looked in any danger once we had stolen that 2-goal lead after 45 minutes. I think at times St Johnstone came at us a little bit, but we were on the counter a couple of times and we probably should have made it 3-0. I thought we deserved the win, but maybe 2-0 at half time was a little bit hard on them.
You must be pleased. Ben Hall's come into the side and just looks as if he's been there for a long time. But he also got his first goal tonight, which must be really pleasing for you as well.
Yeah, well, I think he wasn't even sure he had scored, I think, But no, I thought he was terrific. He added something to his game tonight where he wasn't just, focusing on the ball and, nervous about just making sure he made contact and making sure he cleared it. Tonight he was a bit more subtlety to his game, a bit more confidence about his game, and that is the next level he's going to, So, yeah, we're thrilled with him.
You mentioned seeing the game out, and we've talked before in previous weeks about the tremendous work ethic in the team. That was something again in the second half in particular that we saw as everybody dug in to make sure Saints didn't get a sniff of getting back in the game at all. Another pleasing aspect of the night.
Yeah, well, I think that you don't win against teams like St Johnstone the way we did tonight unless you work as hard or harder than them. And again, we ran ourselves into the ground. I think 1 or 2 of us weren't quite as sharp as we have been. I think Louis Moult, was a little bit under the weather. He hadn't been well at the weekend, and I think he showed that tonight. I thought Marvin was not quite as on song as he has been, although he still showed the dangerous player that he is. I thought Scott McDonald was fantastic, and I think even Marvin and Louis, although they weren't in terms of top of the game, they still worked very, very, very hard for the team. And you rightly say that's what's going to earn us results. Everyone. Tonight I think it was only what we put on 2. We've had to put on 3 recently, and I think mostly it's going to be the 14 players that are going to earn us results, not just the 11 that start.
We've also talked about the 2 lone players in recent weeks that are still here, Connor Ripley and Liam Grimshaw. Again, Connor Ripley had 2 saves at crucial times, one just before the second goal and a tip over in the second half. A clean sheet for him as well, first one for a while. So again, that's another one you'll probably be able to tie up in January for the rest of the season.
Well, he's signed already, that's done and dusted, so Connor will be here. We're absolutely thrilled that he's going to be here. We're grateful to his club for that. We think we can send Connor back if he goes back in the summer. A really good goalkeeper. We're going to work hard with him, give them something back in a sense for allowing us to have him. I thought his performance again tonight. He's such a kind of presence in the goal. He punched, he caught, he saved, and he done everything asked of him. He kicked well. Really, I thought he was terrific.
I mentioned Liam Grimshaw as well. I don't know if that's tied up yet. I know you can maybe tell us that tonight, but you've spoken about him, his determination to be part of it and be involved. But it certainly was that tonight. Didn't that kind of dirty job in midfield, just breaking everything up and then releasing people out?
I think the lad's terrific, and he's so young, remember, and I think he's only going to get better and better. I think he's a great asset for us to have, and he dovetails lovely with Laz and with Piero in there. I think he's a terrific player. He's a terrific young lad. His attitude and training is is just exemplary, brilliant, and it's not a surprise, obviously, coming from Man United, that they produce boys like that.
Yeah, we've talked about so many players, but it really was a team performance tonight. It's a bit harsh to leave anybody out individually, but I think we just have to commend the whole team tonight and the performance that they put in.
Yeah, well, I think, as I say, that I don't think we played as well as we've been playing. So in order to get that result, the team had to come through, and they pretty much did. I mean, I thought the star man tonight on the whole game was Scott McDonald. I thought he led the line, and even in that first 10 or 15 minutes when it was a bit ragged, he was the one that really was chasing about and putting people under pressure. I thought he was fantastic tonight.
So obviously the weekend we've got Hammonackies. You were over watching them this afternoon. Briefly, it was 2-1 when you left. You probably missed the highlight of the game. But looking forward to the derby on Saturday. You'll be hoping to take 3 points from that one, of course.
Well, I mean, the thing is, form usually goes out the window in derbies, and that's the thing, because everyone finds that little bit extra. So, as someone who's played in derbies, Celtic Rangers, Newcastle Sunderland, I've played in big derbies. I know this isn't the biggest derby in the world, but we know how important it is to our supporters, we know how important it is to their supporters, and I'll be making sure that message gets across to our players. So the thing for us to do now is to recover as well as we can. We only have 2 full days to recover. Our sports science department, our physios will be working hard with the lads to make sure that they're ready, and we'll get them out there again Saturday and hope to win another game.
Do you think having our game out last weekend was postponed, has that helped or has that hindered? Do you think almost a wee mini winter break, has that helped or hindered?
Well, you can't say that it hindered because we've won the game tonight, but I don't think we played as well because of the break. I think that our training's been disjointed. I think that we've trained in AstroTurf a lot because of the rain. We missed the game at the weekend. We had days off that we didn't expect to have off because of the postponed game. So, it's been a little bit different from what it had been in previous weeks, and I think that showed in the first half tonight. I don't think we played as well in the first half as I would have expected. We still worked as hard, but we didn't play as well.
Well, thanks very much. Best of luck for Saturday.